Rising out of the sea like something from a fairy tale, Mont Saint-Michel is one of the most unforgettable places we've ever visited in France. Today, we're taking you with us on a full-day journey from Bayeux to this extraordinary island abbey.
Good morning from Bayeux, France. Today we have an excursion, a trip planned to Mont Saint-Michel, which is going to leave in less than an hour. But first we need breakfast.
Yes.
We're staying at the Churchill Hotel, and we have a breakfast hack this morning.
Right, maybe a minute and a half.
Like 3 stores
right
down.
Right around the corner is a market. So, and they actually had fresh croissants.
Mm-hmm.
We got that, and we grabbed some yogurt, and we're good to go. We spent less than €4.
Yeah.
And the breakfast here is €16.
16 a head.
Yeah.
So yesterday we ate at the hotel a little kind of continentally breakfast,
which was nice.
Bar. It was okay. Yeah. But that's €32 versus 3 something today. So we're doing it a little bit different today. Get a little bit of food, and then we will be on our way to Mont Saint-Michel. Our day began with a 90-minute drive from Bayeux to Mont Saint-Michel. Along the way, we enjoyed seeing a new side of Normandy, and then suddenly, there it was, Mont Saint-Michel appearing on the horizon. We have arrived at the car park for Mont Saint-Michel. Quite a distance from the Abbey, but we're walking to a shuttle. There's an electric shuttle, and that's going to take us closer to the Abbey. So that's the first thing we're doing upon our arrival today.
Our first stop was the Visitor Center, where we learned how modern engineering has made access to Mont Saint-Michel much easier, replacing the old causeway with a raised bridge that allows water to flow freely again. The bay surrounding Mont Saint-Michel is famous for having some of the strongest tides in Europe. At high tide, the Abbey becomes a true island, completely surrounded by water. At low tide, the sea pulls far back, revealing vast stretches of tidal flats. Mont Saint-Michel dates back to the 8th century, when Bishop Aubert of Offrange reportedly received visions from the Archangel Michael, instructing him to build a sanctuary here. Over centuries, it evolved into a fortified abbey, a major pilgrimage destination, a strategic stronghold, and even a prison during the French Revolution.
We noticed cockle shells during our visit, a traditional symbol of pilgrimage. Much like the scallop shell on the Camino de Santiago, pilgrims to Mont Saint-Michel used the shells as a sign of their journey. The buildings at Mont Saint-Michel's village are steep, timber-framed, stone structures that line the narrow, winding cobblestone pathways that ascend towards the Abbey. They create a layered medieval skyscraper effect. At the base of the Abbey, you're greeted by narrow streets lined with shops, cafes, and bakeries. Perfect for a coffee break or a quick snack before climbing higher. We're taking a step into St. Peter's Church from the 15th century. This is a church that was built for the villagers of the area, with a statue of Joan of Arc on the outside. Just outside the church is a small cemetery that was for the village here. Right, so when you first come here and you're walking through the shops and the stores and the restaurants, that's the village. And you make your way up a bit, some stairs. Eventually you'll get up to the Abbey, but you've got these different layers, different levels, and the village is in the shape of a crescent around the Abbey.
Stepping inside the Abbey is a breathtaking moment. The scale, the stonework, and the sheer verticality instantly makes you feel small and deeply aware of how extraordinary this place really is.
Inside the Abbey, we marveled at soaring halls, cloisters, refectories, crypts, and chapels. Each space served a purpose, whether for prayer, study, defense, or daily monastic life, layered vertically due to the limited space on the rock.
The views from the top of Mont Saint-Michel are simply spectacular. You can see miles across the bay, and it's easy to understand why this place feels so timeless.
Be prepared to climb a lot. Comfortable shoes are a must, but the experience is absolutely worth it. At the top of the Abbey, there's an open courtyard with grass and stone columns. Visitors are reminded not to touch the columns, as natural oils from our hands can cause damage over time. This is a no-no.
The guest hall once welcomed important visitors, offering a sense of hospitality within the fortress-like walls. The St. Madeleine Chapel provided a quieter, more intimate space for prayer. The Promenoir offered monks a place to walk and reflect.
The crypt of the Great Pillars and St. Martin's Crypt supported the immense structures above, blending engineering with spirituality. Today at Mont Saint-Michel, there are 7 nuns, 5 monks, and they're part of the monastic brotherhood of Jerusalem. This massive wheel was once used to lift heavy supplies into the Abbey, powered entirely by human effort.
The Knights' Hall served as a workspace and meeting area with impressive stone vaulting overhead. We also learned that many bird species nest in and around the Abbey, making it a haven for wildlife as well as history.
Before exiting, there's a gift shop where you can find books and souvenirs related to the Abbey. After touring the Abbey, we enjoyed lunch at Le Tripot, right in the village, where we sampled delicious galettes.
We are standing here in front of La Mère Poulard, which is a restaurant that is famous here at the Abbey. The omelets are the most famous item on the menu, and you can come here and have a regular omelet for 40 euro. If you're a couple, you can actually get omelet for a couple for 75 euro. Our tour guide ate here through one of his tours because the people insisted that they wanted to go in. And he said it just tasted like an omelet, kind of, not too hot. It wasn't cold, but it wasn't very hot. Just not very good.
Not impressed.
Yeah. So, but I am not spending that much for an omelet. If you enjoy shopping, the village streets are lined with shops offering regional specialties and souvenirs.
After lunch, we took time to soak in the views from the village, watching the landscape shift as the tides continued to change.
As the tide receded, we were able to walk onto land that is usually underwater. Tides here can change dramatically, sometimes by several meters, so guided walks are recommended if you plan to venture far onto the flats.
Tell the people watching about the perils of going out too far at low tide.
Yeah, so we are at low tide right now, so there's lots of sand. available to walk on. And you can go quite far out from the Abbey itself. You have to pay attention because once the tide starts coming in, it's not like super fast, but it'll get you. I don't think it'll drown you, but it'll get you.
Well, our tour guide said that there are instances where people they misjudge the tide, they get stuck out there, and then helicopters do come out to rescue people.
Yeah.
And back in the day, it happened that people got caught up in the tides and died.
Yeah.
So you have to pay attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pay attention to nature.
Yeah. When we got here, where we're walking was covered with water, so the tide level has receded quite a bit.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to walk out here for a little bit because we can. We've come down from our visit of Mont Saint-Michel, and Julie's making sure I don't step in the wet parts, which are all over, so good luck. What are your impressions there, Julie?
Well, it is absolutely magnificent. It is so ancient. It has, of course, had some damage and been rebuilt over the centuries. It's amazing. It's amazing to see these ancient buildings and the purpose, think about the purposes that they were used for.
Yeah.
And also, the Abbey itself was pretty stark. You pretty much had architecture, the different types. There was Romanesque, there was some Gothic over the years as they built on. But all the fineries and all the kings and queens that used to come here and bring all their beautiful furniture and all the liturgical
accoutrements.
Yeah, things that come with the liturgies. There's nothing there. There's
very little.
A few crosses.
And so part of the history of Mont Saint-Michel, and I think it was during the 1800s, you can look it up if you're interested, but there was in history, a shortish period of time where this was not an abbey anymore. It got overtaken and it was a prison.
Yes, that's the other thing. That's amazing to me. So how I guess a prisoner couldn't, I was told by our guide that no prisoners escaped. How did that happen?
Yeah.
It seems like, yes, it's kind of fortressed on all sides, but it seems like there would probably be some kind of escape route. But once you got out, you're seen. I mean, there's nowhere that you're not going to be seen.
Yeah.
And anybody that got beyond the walls probably just got nabbed.
It's kind of an area like an Alcatraz, almost reminds me of like a
kind of, except for
fortress in the middle of the water.
Yeah. And remember, there was no bridge then, too.
Right. So I look at Mont Saint-Michel, and one of the phrases that comes to mind, location, location, location. I mean, what a phenomenal place to have built a church.
Actually built on an island. There's an actual rock formation, and they built it on top of that.
Yeah. So on an island, on a rock, the views from the top, spectacular. Yeah. And it was interesting to hear about and look at evidence of how the footprint of this place has changed over 1,000 years. And I think it was from the time that we're recording this, just 2 years ago, the Abbey celebrated its 1,000th anniversary.
Right. Yeah.
So a lot of history here, and it's quite the sight to see.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this question, Julie. We've had one of these experiences I'm going to ask you about, but if somebody was going to come here to visit, knowing that you could do a tour like we did, or try to get out here on your own and do a DIY experience, what would you recommend? Because I have some thoughts on that.
I enjoyed the tour. I think the tour is a better option.
Yeah? Why do you think it's better?
Because it gets you here, because it's pretty much out in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
If you were, you'd have to rent a car to get here from anywhere. Like if you're coming from Paris, we came from Bayeux.
Yeah, and from Paris it's a long trip.
It's much longer. Yes, so you'd have to rent a car. You'd have to be comfortable with driving in Paris, in France. And there's a lot of there's no like signages and things that tell you
Yeah.
about the history. So with a guide, you're getting all of that. Besides getting here, they bring you here, but you're getting all the history.
Yeah. So we came from Bayeux. It was about 90-minute drive. And as you mentioned, the tour is an option. I enjoyed the tour. I think I also would enjoy if we had the opportunity to DIY it, and I think there was some kind of audio guide or something like that, where you could take more time. That would also be enjoyable for me. But as you also pointed out, one of the difficulties of coming here is getting here, because there's not a direct train service that'll get you here. Yeah. There is the option of getting here by buses, but it's buses plural. If you come anywhere close by train, I'm told it's multiple trains. So it's logistically,
train station, and then take a bus to here.
Yeah, so it's logistically not as easy as some other places to get to, but we're also told it's the second most visited place in France. So people,
we're lucky today because our guide told us that there's hardly any people here in comparison to what he's seen before.
Yeah. So obviously it's very possible to get here, but there's different methods. So if you're coming here and you're not from France, I would do your research about how you're going to get here, and then you can decide if you want to DIY or do a tour. Either one. It's a great place to visit if you're in France, in the Normandy area, Mont Saint-Michel.
And there's your little cockle shell, which apparently are supposed to be abundant here, but I think they're kind of picked through. But this is the symbol of the French pilgrimage to Mont Saint-Michel. So it symbolizes. Mont Saint-Michel is more than a landmark. It's history, faith, engineering, and natural beauty all in one place. If you are visiting France, this is a destination that truly belongs on your itinerary, and Bayeux makes an excellent base for exploring Normandy.
After a full day out, we returned to Bayeux for our final night in town. Bayeux is a wonderful place to stay for a few nights. It's walkable, charming, and perfectly located for visiting Mont Saint-Michel, the D-Day beaches, and other Normandy highlights. We just learned something, if you plan to visit Bayeux, France, about the tapestry here.
Yes. So we are actually very lucky to have seen it, because we're going to store the tapestry for 2 years. Till 2027, sometime in 2027, to create another building or facility for the tapestry to be more well preserved.
Yeah, so we're going to work on the preservation. I think give it a bigger space to be displayed.
Yeah.
If you plan to visit Bayeux and you would like to see the tapestry, you may want to take that information into your planning. So sometime in 2027 is when it will be available again. Again, a phenomenal work of art and piece of history to see.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I really did.
And if you're able to be back in Bayeux after the right time in 2027, you'll want to be here when you can see the tapestry. Mm-hmm. So this afternoon we are back at Le Café Cuillère, and you know a place is good if during our travels we eat there more than once. So we are here for pastries, and we asked what is the best, and they told us this is the best.
Pistachio? I've already dug in.
No.
The pistachio cookie with some nuts on it and fresh raspberries. Some beautiful swirls of I don't know what it would be, like icing cream or something. So, getting ready to dig in.
Yes. Let's see what you think.
Oh my gosh, it is good.
It is good? Mm-hmm. It is good. Okay, so truth in advertising is among the best. When we ate here the other day, the pastries you had were just phenomenal too.
And beautiful.
And a beautiful flat white. And time for our afternoon snack. On this main street that runs through the heart of Bayeux, you're going to find a bustling atmosphere in the afternoons. Many people out here shopping, eating, drinking. You've got boutique shops, food shops, clothing shops. You also have more eyeglass stores, optical stores per square mile, square kilometer than I think I've seen anywhere. So you can get your eyeglasses here too. We ended our trip with one last dinner in Bayeux, and once again, we were impressed by the consistently high quality of the food. Like gazpacho-ish.
It's cold. It's cold.
Where is this? Yeah.
It's really good.
So tell me what you got.
So here's all the cold. It's a cold soup.
Yeah.
Some cheese, crisp on top, and then the burrata. Very good.
A fisherman's plate.
Fisherman's plate. That's wonderful. Shrimp, fish,
Mussels.
mussels. Looks good.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. Sauce is good. Start with
And a little dessert.
Yeah.
And our time in Bayeux, France has come to an end. Thanks for coming along and sharing our adventures.
And if you like what you see, please subscribe to our YouTube video, The Places Where We Go.
And we'll see you next time with more adventures. Bye.
Bye.